Gerard Schalkwijk is one of the top fanciers on the marathon races in the Netherlands. The name Schalkwijk is a very familiar name in the Dutch pigeon sport for decades. The mentor of Gerard Schalkwijk was his father Ries, who made his son the successful pigeon fancier he is today. While Father Ries made a mark on the program races, Gerard concentrated on the marathon races already in the early days. His father, who passed away in 2009, was an ace pigeon racer and of course was the founder of the famous Travipharma veterinary pharmaceutical company. Ries had pigeons at a very young age, and two of his uncles and a cousin raced pigeons, being specialist at the long distance. Gerard says, "The pigeon racing sport is in my blood." Gerard started at the age of 5, with his first loft being built out of orange boxes, and after about 3 years the interest was still there, so he was given a proper loft. The young Gerard became a member of the local pigeon racing club in IJsselstein, near Utrecht, and was coached by his father, who taught him the important elements of the pigeons. In 1985, Ad Scherlakens wrote an article on the famous Karel Moyelman's pigeons in the Fancy Press, and the Schalkwijk partners decided to try some, and obtain descendants of Cadet, Boeksk, Prince and Schoendonker. Gerard told me, "We breed a lot of chocolate color birds which have become very famous because they race so well and have put us on the top in Holland, with winning provincial combines against thousands of pigeons." In 1988, we won with a T.S. Versluit pigeon, called Golden Wonder, and he recorded third Open National St. Vincent, 1,045 kilometers, and the car. The year 1990 saw them purchase crossing material from John van Boxmeer and Sons, John and Harry, of St. Oden Road, who at that time were one of the premier lofts in Holland. Ries and Gerard purchased a round of youngsters from the main stock birds, and these were based on the old Zoantgens family. This contribution worked well and they crossed outstandingly with the Moyelman pigeons. One Belgian pigeon was brought in through Eddie Jensen of Zandhoven in 2000, and that was from the world-famous Dirk van Dijk, and that cross proved to be a nice bonus. This new pigeon brought a new explosion of success in the Schalkwijk loft, with brilliant performance put up over the last 10 years with the Cannibal and Rambo bloodlines. In 2003, Gerard started to race long distance seriously and became 10th national champion long distance of Holland. 2005, some very good performances put up, with the best by Ries at Pont St. Max, recording first, second and third against 4,880 birds, 4th, 5th and 6th Open NPO against 16,888 birds. A fantastic performance against a big birdage. In 2006, Gerard brought in AP overwater pigeons, a topper on the Zulu flights. The year 2007 Ries had some of his most brilliant success, becoming first Kaiser champion, and then became very ill, and had to take a step back from the pigeons. That was the end of race pigeon success, but gifted good pigeons to other fanciers after that and enjoyed to see them have success with his stock. The year of 2009 Gerard started to strengthen his team of pigeons and purchased stock birds from Frans Bungeniers of Belgium, who is a long-distance specialist and winner of First National Barcelona in 2005. Rick Ross advised Gerard on the modern methods of long distance and through him has been using a totally new system for the long distance. Gerard now is mostly interested in the long distance and his breeding strains are AP Overwater, Frans Bungeniers and Rick Ross. Some of the premier racer in Gerard's loft today are Rep Ries, 8th National Bergerac, 850 kilometers, 13,200 birds. Pau Doffer, 3rd Club, 15th Nick IJSS, 47th Fondpau, 1,039 kilometers, 2,000 birds. Casanova, 1st Club, 69th National St. Vincent, 1,036 kilometers, 5,698 birds. 6th Club Cares, 905 kilometers, 137 birds. 33rd Club Brive, 808 kilometers, 295 birds. 2nd Ace Pigeon, 5th Ace Pigeon overnight found Utrecht after 3 races and stopped for breeding. De Tarbes, 1st Club, 10th Nick IJSS Tarbes, 1,039 kilometers, 7th Club Pau 1,039 km, 9th Club, 22nd Nick IJSS Perpignan, 1,041 kilometers. Godbonge, 3rd Club, 191 birds, 71st Provincial Cares, 905 kilometers, 3,853 birds, 8th Club, 224 birds, 43rd Provincial Perigueux, 816 kilometers, 3,425 birds. Deep Purple 2, 2nd Provincial Morlancourt, 300 kilometers, 14,500 birds, 6th Club, 191 birds, 64th Provincial Cares, 905 kilometers. Gerard's system for old birds. His big interest, at this moment, is marathon fond, long distance. He race them on the nest, natural system, because he think he have more possibilities if he want to race with hens and cocks. Especially the hens are winning more easily when they have 4 or 5-day-old babies in nest. He have 36 racing pairs and he always keep a high percentage yearlings, so the performance level of the old birds must be very high. The yearlings have to race 2 long-distance races, about 800 to 900 kilometers. The old birds race 3 long-distance races each around 1,000 to 1,100 kilometers, and some of them go on to Barcelona. The race birds are paired up in March and he let them go down on eggs and throw the eggs away immediately, because he want to keep them in good feather. 1 month before the first long-distance race he pair them up to get them interested in the nest box by allowing them to have youngsters. Before that he have them on widowhood and they enjoy the weekly races in concours. This is to give them training and get the kilometers under their wings. Before the first long-distance race they have already more than 1,000 kilometers training under their wings. He used the darkness system on his old birds and he stopped this 3 weeks before the first long-distance race. The feeding system. Because of his busy work for Travipharma, he need to have a very simple system for his pigeons, and that's the natural system, and of course, he need to use a simple feeding system. When he pair up his racers, he feed them all in a stone cup, pickstone, in the nest box. They get once a day, feed it in the cup, and they have to eat that whole cup empty in 24 hours. He have a special feeding mix, recross mix, that contains 2 kind of racing mixture, P40, small sweet corns, little hemp, and 1/3 part of this mixture is barley. The quantity of this mixture is very balanced, and is just enough to keep them at a good weight. They get this mix all the way through 2-3 days before the basketing day for a long-distance race. For those 3 days he take the barley out of the mixture, and give them on the corn, omega oli mixture, with sheep fat included, and in the water. He give them Combifond or Forte Vita. 1 day before basketing, he drop their noses with SAS nose drops to protect them against sticky slime, and give them more air for breathing and a faster orientation for coming home. In the drinking water is ornitrico mixture against trichomoniasis and respiratory problems like mycoplasmosis. Pigeon origin and reinforcement. He keep 24 pairs stock birds, and about 8 of them are for sprint up to 700 kilometers races. He pair them up at Christmas time, as he off from work and have more time, and he start lighting them 20 days before the pairing date, and then they have light from 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. The feed mixture is Merriman breeding red plata. And they can have plenty of it. A good pigeon must have, in mine opinion, a lot of plume, short forearm, very good balanced body, mostly in a shape of a pear or an iron. The good long-distance pigeon has strong muscles, but not too heavy in weight. The muscles are situated not too close to the sternum, and must feel flexible like a half pump-up tire of a bicycle. For a sprint to middle distance pigeon, it must have harder muscle and position of it near the sternum. Those sprint pigeons can be a little bit bigger and deeper bone. The present family of pigeons he have are the ones of AP Overwater for the Zulu international races like Barcelona, Perpignan, Narbonne, Marseille and more. They are hard day pigeons, and when the weather is very warm, 30 Celsius, and the east wind is blowing, difficult for Holland, they are there to win. Latest purchases are from the Belgium national Barcelona winner Mr. Frans Bunganiers, Cor de Hade, Maid, and from the national Bergerac plus St. Vincent winner, Mr. Rick Ross, and these birds are special for the more fast-going long-distance events like Bordeaux races from 800 to 900 kilometers. For the one-loft races he keep the strain Moilmans, The old pure ones like chocos and pencils, the strain of Dirk van Dyke Belgium via my friend Eddie Janssens also from Zandhoven. These plus the Zoages pigeons from family Van Buxmeer, St. Odin Road gave several first nationals, Olympiade pigeons and combined winners over the whole world. Mr. Ken Wise from Middlesex is an example from England's success. Some of the premier breeder in Gerard's stock sections are 300 Dwifk, daughter of super couple of the Arden through Van Giel bloodlines. She is the dam of several top racers, including Casanova and Godebonge. De Battenberg Doffer sire of Godebonge, 262.92, first Bordeaux, 12th Brive. 280.65, 6th Bordeaux 280.64, 41st Bordeaux, Der look-alike sire of the Ace Coq de Tarbes, Magic Cannibal of Van Dyke and Moylemans bloodlines, and sire of the champion young bird Deep Purple 2, Ace Pigeon half fond Moylemans, and Zoages bloodlines and dam of Deep Purple 2. Through the years many premier prizes have been won with Schalkwijk pigeon by other fanciers including, First National NPO Moorlincourt, 21,061 birds, First Neergnies, 28,385 birds, 28th National Derby Ablis, 8,000 birds, First Point Maxence, 11,070 birds, First National NPO Bourgs, 8,707 birds, 4th National NPO Point Maxence, 16,500 birds, First International and National Sector 3 St. Vincent, 8,000 birds, Mother is out of Moker Moylemans, and more. In his opinion, health is the most important thing for every living being, and a good foundation for further achievement of your animal. He who strives for the best results will do anything for a good foundation. I asked him to tell me about his Travipharma Pigeon Products Company and he told me, Travipharma is an independent Dutch veterinary pharmaceutical family-owned company, who place original and quality produces on the market. Our products are used all over the world with enormous success and top fanciers race with our successful racing systems. His late father, Ries, was one of the founders of the company some 40 years ago and in 1988, just after he had graduated, his father and Gerard took over Travipharma. After several good years Ries stepped out in 1991, and now the company is run by Gerard and his wife, Katiuska, supplying products to some 50 countries around the world. Thank you for watching. Until next time.